What's going on, people? Imps Ting podcast show with me, Cornell B, live and direct. Lincoln City 1, Carlisle United 1. After me, Cornell B, is doing a match reaction to Lincoln City drawing 1-1 against Carlisle United. Before I get into the video, I want to say thank you very much to the 443 subscribers who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Absolutely means a lot. Keep smashing likes, keep pressing the subscribe button, and also keep leaving comments down below and tell me your thoughts about the 1-1 draw today at the LNER Stadium /Sincil Bank Stadium, fam. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today, us Lincoln City drew 1-1 after basically we had Danny Mandroyu failing the fitness test. No Adam Jackson, no Tyler Walker, no Ben House. So obviously out with injury. And basically, I got to be honest, to smash and grab a draw after someone like Hakeem Adelican, who came on at half time and really turned the game around. Absolutely brilliant from Adelican. He was the best player. He way linked up with Rico Hackett and Teddy Bishop, and of course, you know, when Duffy came on, it was electric. Adelican was absolutely electric, but the first half, I gotta be honest, it was poor in the first half. And I gotta be honest, we had no spark, we had no fight, we had no resilience, we had no determination in the first half. It was all Carlisle. Carlisle United had a first and second plan, and that was to cause us problems. Sean Maguire was causing our defence so much problems. Moxon doing what he always does as a player, and that's the reason why we had to look out, especially those two. And when you got players like Sean Maguire, who's experienced, who's played in the Championship for Coventry, who's done it all, played in the League of Ireland as well, you know, for Cork City as well. And then you've got Owen Moxon, who basically has got the most assists, had the most assists in 2 seasons. You know, it shows that you have to take amends and keep track of the opposition's best players. But today, us Lincoln City got a point in the end. And the reason we got a point, because we had a most improved second half. The second half had to improve. Something had to change. And Mark Kennedy, I mean, the first half, Mark Kennedy basically, you know, changed the shape, which he always does, and you could see that the shape that he actually played today wasn't really working. And not only just that as well, you know, we didn't have the best of first halves, and all credit goes down to Carlisle United. You know, they played absolutely well in that first half, and they defended well in the first half, and they were much the better side than we were. We were flat. We didn't have that attacking momentum like we always do. Like when we play at home, we always have that attacking momentum, but obviously when you haven't got 2 forwards, obviously Jack Vale's out, obviously with a hamstring injury, might not come back until, you know, 2-3 weeks, long down in the following. But I think it shows that, you know, I think when you haven't got them options going forward, because I think if we had House, I think House would have pushed on, and try and get the winning goal. Walker would have done the same thing. And when you haven't got the likes of Mandroyu in there, when you ain't got Jacko in there, it's very, very difficult. But that's the reason why, you know, Mark Kennedy had to shuffle it and say, well, okay, I'm still playing 5 at the back, but obviously I've given, Alex Mitchell a chance. And then who's going to step up on the wing? Because obviously it was a lot of pressure for Rico Hackett. It was definitely a lot of pressure for Rico Hackett to handle, because playing up front is not easy. It's hard work. And Rico Hackett had it hard. And it's damn well true he did. And look, listen, some will say playing without a striker, playing without 2 strikers was okay. But deep down, I think some of us Imps fans will probably say, look, we miss House, we miss Walker, we miss Mandroyu, we miss Jackson. Of course, that's normal. I think if Mandroyu didn't fail the fitness test, I don't think Adelican would have played. But I like the professionalism that Adelican has really inducted himself and really just got on with it. Although he knows he's not in Kennedy's plans, but the opportunity was there, and Kennedy was like, well, okay, Adelican, this is your chance to really shine. Show me what I'm missing. And said done. Second half, when he came on at half time, especially for Smith, who was who was poor as well, didn't have the best of games. Sorensen didn't really have the best, had a poor game, but you know, there's millions of ways for both of them, for both Sorensen and Smith. They can improve their game and really raise the game in their own favour. But Adelican, I thought Haki Badelican, a player that basically lost confidence when Michael Appleton was around, and then to gain confidence under Mark Kennedy. And it's surprising that we're not using him, because when he's there, it's a different game. But listen, big up Haki Badelican. If he carries on their performances, that's the real Adelican I want to see. I want to see that Adelican saying, well, I may not be in your plans, but I'm showing you what I can give you, what I can do for the team, what I can offer us Imps. And today in that second half was a better performance from us Lincoln City Football Club. It was fantastic, absolutely. The energy levels, the attacking momentum basically went up, and that's what we wanted. That's what the fans wanted. The fans wanted to see a response. The fans wanted to see them being taken out of their seats. And the second half we got that, and caused pressure and caused problems to Carlisle United. And that's the thing. When you got players, when you got a Delican on the ball who can make things happen, you're gonna go somewhere. But a Delican, like I said, showed Kennedy what he's missing, and showed why he was supposed to be in Mark Kennedy's plans. And you know, it was the same thing, similarity to Chris Maguire. You know, obviously Chris Maguire was not in Mark Kennedy's plans, and you know, it's the same thing with Adelican. But I mean, as he's now still an Imps player now, I think it's better to use him and really, really say, well, we ain't got much plans on the wing, but use Adelican. So right now, what it's doing, it's making Mark Kennedy think, should the Delican play in the Papa John's Trophy on Tuesday against Derby? Because I'm sure Derby's going to play their fringe squad and their fringe forward / their fringe team. But today, the second half was way better than the first. The first half was just completely flat. It wasn't good enough in the first half. And I'm sure the players will know that, and I'm sure the players will improve on that and say, when we play the next game, which is against Derby, and the league game against Portsmouth, we have to have a better game. Because this is you know, the league, and I'm not being horrible. And it's not to say, no, I don't think we didn't play well in that first half. And I'll be truthfully honest, we didn't play very well in that first half, and I'm sure the players will reflect on that and say, well, there's millions of ways to improve their game and to have a better first half. But the second half, we showed that attack intensity, we showed that determination, we showed that fighting spirit, and we showed that miracle to say, well, we ain't backing down from being one goal down. We're showing you. But that equalising goal by Ethan Hamilton was from 25 yards. That is goal of the season. If that is not goal of the season, I don't know what's wrong. For me, Ethan Hamilton was the best player. He was immense today in that midfield with Ethan Aron. Ethan Aron had his off game today. You know, obviously, obviously we come back from the international break. Obviously, there's some effects. Obviously, there's some effects of of being off and having last week's game postponed and all that thing. But listen, we're not letting any of those things get us down, and we're still going to be positive this season. We're still going to be, challenging for that top 6 this season. Of course, yes, we've got a tougher game next Saturday against Portsmouth. It's going to be, a massive game, and that's going to be one game that we're going to turn up for and really go on and win and get 3 points there. And then, of course, we've got the East London Massive coming the week after next, West Ham, in the Carabao Cup third round. And then, of course, Cheltenham going towards the ending of September. So there's a lot of games to look forward to. But today was a better performance in the second half. Adelican was a standout player. And right now it's given Mark Kennedy a lot of thought to say, well, does Adelican, now that Mandroyu is obviously failing the fitness test and got and is now injured now, is Adelican is still in my fate? Should he still use Adelican? I think he should. And right now, Delican's obviously training and saying, you know what, just getting on with the training scheme, getting on with it. When the opportunity comes, bang, bang, he'll be there to play. And that's what a Delican does. So big up Hakim Delican for his hard work today. I would have given it to a Delican because he made an impact in that second half. And it's a real shame he didn't score, because if it wasn't for the Carlisle defender, centre back, that stuffed up the ball, I think we could have won 2-1. But like I've always said from time, we got a point today. That's the main importance. We didn't lose the game. We could have lost the game today because Carlisle United, they defended for their lives. And they defended really well. Really well in the first half. They were better in the first half. We was better in the second half, of course. But, they had a decent second half. Even though we started to get our drive into it. But like I said, we're still, look where we are in the table now. We're 9th in the table now. So, we've got, 3 draws, 1 loss, 3 wins. So, that's we're still unbeaten at home. That's the main important thing. But like I've always said from time, maybe, the own goal was the planche goal. I mean, I wasn't so keen on the celebration, to be honest. I mean, obviously he wanted some retribution, and he didn't perform expectations well. When he was with us last season. So I think I even thought that O'Connor would have dealt with him and put him out of misery and say, well, you ain't scoring against us, but reflection came off of Delican's calf and went into the net, but he'll claim it, of course, and say it's his goal. But like I said, we got a point today. It's better than losing and not getting nothing out of the game. But right now, us Lincoln City right now can be relieved now. We can embrace the draw, focus on the Papa John's Trophy against Derby, and then focus on next week against Portsmouth. And beat Portsmouth and really give them a hard game next week. But a draw is well respected, and, big up Hakim Delican on his impact performance today. That's the most important thing. Thank you very much for watching the Imps Ting podcast show. I'll see you in the next video. Keep smashing a like. Love to get it up to 444 subscribers in baby steps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Up the Imps, I'm back again.